Welcome to ADK Kids Television.
Yay!
Here you will find stories to help you become a good child. So subscribe and listen to interesting stories on this channel. The Lazy Princesses. Long time ago in a far, far away land, there lived a king and his wife. They had two beautiful girls. They're princesses who were so adorable. The two beautiful princesses spent most of their time sitting on the bench in the garden watching the rainbow. They flew kites all day long, yet their parents, the king and the queen, turned a blind eye and forgot to train him to do any work. Eventually, they became lazy and grew up doing nothing. Most of the time they sat on the table, giggling, telling stories and at times yelling at the servants. The only job they mastered very well was to do their makeup, style their hair and dress neatly. Even when they knew that there was so much work to do around the palace, they turned a blind eye, enjoyed riding their bicycle and racing in the garden. They had nothing to do at all. The two beautiful princesses slept all day long. They did not care or worry about anything as everything was provided for them. Their servants were instructed to make sure that the princesses' food and drinks were served on time. The princesses always had a feast and believed that the beautiful life set before them by their parents will last forever. One fateful night, the king fell ill. The sickness became so severe that nothing could be done to save the king's life that night. The queen tried all she could. Unfortunately, the king died that same night, leaving his beautiful queen and his two beautiful princesses behind. Sadness filled the palace as the princesses wept to the death of the beloved father. The queen felt so hopeless by the death of the king. Shocked by the death of her husband, the queen collapsed, died and left the two beautiful princesses behind. The two princesses wept even harder. What a tragedy! Double tragedy! Soon after the king and queen's burial, the servants packed their bags and moved out of the palace. The two sisters remained alone. Since the princesses were so lazy and did not know any work, they found it hard, very hard to do any work to help themselves carry on with life. They sat all day hoping that someone would come to their rescue, and to cook for them. The garden that was once beautiful started to wilt, the flowers died, the birds flew far, far away. All that remained was sadness and loneliness. The two princesses thought of a plan. They decided to move away from the palace so that they could leave sad memories behind. In the boat, they crossed over deep rivers. They walked through the scary jungles and heavy forests. Thinking of their parents and the best life they once lived, they walked and walked and walked again. In the mud, in the woods, they walked and walked. Day and night they walked. In the rain, they walked. In fear, they wept and walked. Suddenly, a beautiful open green field appeared in front of them. In excitement they felt released from the tiresome walk, sleepless nights and heavy burdens they carried for so long in their hearts. Excited they jumped up and down. The two sisters felt as if a new life was about to start. They decided to build a beautiful farmhouse. The two sisters learned to work hard together. In a green richland forest they cleared the land. They set up a garden. They prepared the land and vowed to forget laziness and worked hard. They grew all kinds of fruits and vegetables. They worked hard every day. The two princesses harvested their fruits and vegetables at their farmhouse. Finally, the two lazy princesses became the most hard-working princesses who managed to work for themselves. From their own garden, they watched the rainbow again. Moral of the story. Parents, teach your children work so that they do not become lazy. Children, learn to work and help out as parents may not be with us forever. The end.